Hey guys, you're welcome back to this channel. And how are you guys coping being at home with everybody that you've not been used to doing so for a very long time? I know for some people it's becoming a crazy situation. Yes, when you are with that person that I don't know, for whatever reasons, you guys, the short time that you spend together, you want to celebrate, it's precious. But now everybody's in each other's face and space. Oh, I'm sure we can make the best use of this time, to be honest with you. It depends on you. There's so many things. I'm going to be making another video on that because this series, the lockdown series, I'll continue to do this until we come out of this situation, just to bring to fore what is happening out there and to also bring great information on how we can actually make the best use of this season. So stay with me. This particular video is actually, I'm re-recording this. I recorded with two people, but for some reason the audio was not great. And honestly, you'll see the footage of that recording, but it is what it is. So, and I can't bring them back because we spent some time on that particular recording. So I'll rather just share my thoughts on a happening in Nigeria. Yes, I'm making this is just a kind of a reaction to how this situation, this pandemic situation is being managed in Nigeria, and especially with the happening, this recent incident that involved one of Nigerian celebrities. Yes, Funke Akindele. So stay tuned, stay glued as we go into So you're welcome back. And if you are not a member of this community, you may consider to join us. It's free. Just click that subscribe button there. Yes. And don't forget to click the notification button, because what that does to you is you get informed via your email anytime we upload on this channel. So you don't have to miss any of this information, the gist that is being uploaded on this channel. Yes. Now coming back to what I wanted to talk about, there was this news that broke last week. This is Saturday. That broke last week, and I just want to give my, is it 50p or 50 pence on this matter, and that's got to do with Funke Akindele. She's a celebrity, and she actually recently got an award. Yeah, she got an award, AMVCA, yeah, African Magic Voices Choice, something like that, yeah. And and she's I'm not a great fan, but I love her work. She's very creative artist. And what happened, if you don't know what happened to this particular lady, she was arrested along with her husband for a footage that was shared on the internet. I think by her husband or somebody that attended, of her hosting a party in her home, and the party is up. And I think Lagos State, that's the state in Nigeria, had actually put it out there that there should not be any gathering of more than 20 people. And clearly, maybe from the footage, people could see that there were more than 20 people at that span, though it was just in a house, to be honest. And there was another celebrity called Naira Marley. I really don't know much about that Naira Marley, but it seems to be a very popular one with the young generation. Yes, I think Nigerians went mad. There was an outrage on the internet because of that footage. And why was that? I think people felt they were putting it in their faces, but they didn't realize so. They didn't realize that clearly, that, when some people are suffering and they were still partying. I really don't, to be honest, I don't see anything wrong in whatever it is, because we're in this lockdown situation. I believe all of us should do things to improve our mental state. Don't forget that some people, they're not used to staying in one place. So this staying in one place can drive them crazy. Yes, going back to the incident, she just had, it was a get together. It's like, oh, today's somebody's birthday in this household. Let's just do something. And, they popped champagne or whatever it is. And it was, according to her, because she came out, I would insert a video. Maybe you actually see, she did say It was for people that were already in our household. Yes, maybe there were more than 20, and there are some places where this is Nigeria. There's some household that are actually more than 20. I think I heard from one of those talk shows last week as well of a family of a man and 5 women, and I think 16 children or so. So clearly, what do you do? But that's family, which is understandable. I'll put up that footage because I don't want to go over her story. My reaction to how that thing had been handled is this. It is clear to me that if Nigerian government or the people in leadership, they have any political will and determination to do something, they will do it. Why is this? On that 24 hours, she was arraigned in court. I can't believe at that speed, because this is the same country, this is the same court that it takes people many months to get to courts, and they're just locked up somewhere. It took them 24 hours. So for me, if they want to do good and do right, we have what it takes to do it. So why don't we do it as Nigerians? Why don't we do it as leaders? Why don't you do it? If you could be this fast with bringing Funke Akindele and her husband to the court, which is okay, but that's another. I have a different opinion about taking them to court, because it's not such a big deal. Just give them whatever it is. I believe when you're saying that not more than 20 people, that would have been a sanction that should have been attached to, if you are more than 20 people, XYZ is what is going to happen to you. So maybe that's an area for future that we need to take into consideration when you are putting out restrictions like that. That anyone that is caught, there must be a consequence. And so anyone that is going into flaunting whatever instructions or guidelines that have been released by the state or federal government, you know that once you're caught, this is what is going to happen to you. So why do we waste so much? I'm happy that at least that it shows to me, if we in Nigeria, if Nigerians, because I'm a Nigerian, but if the people in leadership want to do stuff and do it on time, it is possible. That's number one. Number two, my comment on this whole thing is, why do we have to waste so much resources just on 2 people, just to bring 2 people, to go and arrest them, to take them to court? Because when I saw that video, and I was like, oh, and the court is also open when everybody is supposed to be staying at home, right? Is that just one court in the whole state that is open for emergency or what? Because I don't understand. Why was the court open when everybody was supposed to be staying at home? Yes, for the law enforcement, I understand. They're supposed to enforce the restrictions. But the courts, why? And if it was open, that video that I saw, it was too rowdy. And it's like you're bringing somebody. I can't see fairness and equity there. You're bringing somebody for flaunting one of the guidelines or restrictions that you have put in place that people should try to observe. And hers was gathering more than 20 people. However, on the list of that thing is also social distancing. I could not see from that clip in the record, I could not see any social distancing being observed. And were they brought to books? And so what are you trying to do? For me, it's as if you're just trying to make this lady and her husband scapegoat. Yeah. Because if they are guilty, which they are, all those people that we saw on the video, they are guilty of not observing the social distancing recommended. And what have you done to them? And even in the court premises, that happened in the court premises. Did the law enforcement agent, did they bring them to books? So why is the craze about this? It's just, you want to prove to the people that you're working. To be honest, I saw waste of resources there, because I can imagine all the hours of the people that were involved to get those people to pay fine and community service. That can be served in their absence. They don't have to go to court. You don't have to make it a big show. they can be served in their absence and be read, and a letter or whatever being sent to them, and you put it on internet if what you are about is to make them a scapegoat. So much resources, and that's another thing about Nigeria. We waste resources on what is necessary, and what is important, we leave them. That's that. And what other thing do I have to? Yeah, and now to Funke Akindele. My thoughts about what she did is that she did not realize the imports. Like most of us actually don't realize the imports of this pandemic, clearly. Because, why did I say that? I'm not supporting any of our acts in any form or shape. I'm just trying to bring out what I think is the average people's thoughts about this pandemic situation. People are not taking it as serious as it is, and it is very, very serious. It is very serious, and it's important we take it as such. But Funke Akindele did not think of, for instance, her children, the vulnerable one. You don't bring that number of people into the space where your children are, they might not be there for that time, where they're likely to actually come into. You don't know who amongst those people may be a carrier of this COVID-19. You don't know. And even you yourself, which, I don't know, because I've not followed, because I understand that the recent award that she got, the AMVCA award, they have all been advised to self-quarantine because one of the attendees of that award is positive, is COVID-19 positive. Did Funke Akindele observe that, and her husband, because both of them were at that award? Did they observe that? Because if they did, I think they would have understood the import of this thing. I saw her video, because her video was explaining how those people were there and all that, because they were coming to work, and some of them were not living in that state, and they've been given up to a particular time, and there was no way they could go. And if it was easier and she had the accommodation, well, for me, I really do not see anything, provided she's maintaining that social distance, at least at that point in time. She was not protecting her household by even bringing those people into her house. That's the way I see it. Why am I saying that? If I can understand how people are taking it from this side, from in this climb, there's somebody that I have heard about that lost his wife. Do you know that that person is not even allowing people to come? People really want to. It's difficult for him and his children, because it's difficult to grieve alone, especially at the early stage of the tragedy. But they have to. That is the situation. That's the situation we have all found ourselves in. It is not easy. So for me, I don't know why she had to expose even her household to that number of people. I know she's used to them, they're more like family. But the truth is, one, she herself, I'm not sure if she self-isolated for the 14 days or quarantine herself for the 14 days that was recommended, because I know it was in the news. Did she and her husband, did they do that? And if they did not, clearly she did not. And I think what made this case to really go south, appear to go south even with people, is the fact that she advertised for the National Disease Control, the commission that is, she was an advocate, to them she's an ambassador, clearly not an ambassador, but she advertised, telling people to clean their hands, meaning that this is a cause that you'd identify yourself with, and you are trying to advocate for to all your fans and your influence, the people that you influence, but yet you did not. To our fans, was like an hypocrite, and I don't think she intentionally went out to do this. But for me, I think two things came out. It's as if making money is clearly different from how I live my life. But I think this is 21st century. You need to actually realize that the way you make your money in your business, your values must actually kind of reflect that. Because if you want to represent a brand or a product that you don't believe in, you're an hypocrite, to be honest. That's how it is to the people. So to all influencers, maybe this is another lesson. You don't jump on every offer. Don't jump on every offer, all because there's money attached to it. If you don't believe in that and it does not represent you, You don't have to go for it. And if you're going to go for it, it means you're going to make an adjustment in your belief or your values, especially if it's a cause that you're pushing and you identify. And to be honest with you, this lady in question, I know that she's not the type that would intentionally want to go out. What do you think about what he had done? Do you think the government, it's like, you know, the way the government went about it, it's like taking an armor to want to kill and to work for, it was not necessary. All that waste of, unfortunately, she was just made a scapegoat. That's the way I see it. And trust Nigerians, from what I heard, people are still outside. People are still going on the street trying to do form of exercise, which is great, but not still maintaining social distancing. Isn't social distancing very as important as not more than 20 people in a gathering? I think education and awareness is more important. Let people know the reason why we are saying don't do. If there's one thing about Nigerian culture which I think needs revision, needs adjustment, is the fact that people just say, go and do this. They don't explain why. And they don't want you to say why, ask why. When you ask why, you are the rebellious type, you are the one that is appearing as if you know what. No. When you're asking why, you want to know why you're doing what you're doing. And when you're bringing out any information that you want people to jump on it, let people understand why they're doing what they're doing. That it is for their own good. Don't just say, yes, because I'm the governor, I'm the chief of this, I'm the Mr. This, I'm the chief. No, who are you? I really don't, because human beings are supposed to, I'm sorry to say this, we oppress people thinking faculty in Nigeria. We don't want people to think. And that's part of why we are not experiencing as much progress as we ought to be experiencing as a nation. Because we don't, the people that even try to think, the way they are treated, they are sent into a kind of a life imprisonment, even though you are working free. Because people start seeing you as if, in fact, my opinion is different from yours, does not make yours right or mine wrong, or mine right or yours wrong. It's just that we are having a different perspective on things, and it's better for us to have an holistic view of things, so that whatever conclusion or decisions we're making out of any issue, any decision we're making out of it, it's a decision that is going to be objective and inclusive. So please, for me, that's my thoughts. Lagos State government is wasted resources over what is not that. For me, that is what is not that important. It is enough. The advert had been brought down, sanction of community service and whatever. For me, that is all. You don't need to waste sending police to a place. You just need to serve her that and put it on the internet. If it is all about making her a scapegoat, but wasting taxpayers' money on those two people, for me, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. That's what I can say. And for all other celebrities and influencers out there, you need to be careful. And I think this is a clear example to say that people have expectations, and you will be held accountable. People are going to call you out when you step out of line. Yes, so it's important. As you're enjoying the spotlight of that celebrity, know that there is huge responsibility that goes with it. So live by that as well, so that you can continue to retain the fan base that you have. So that's my thought. I don't know, what do you think about it? Do you agree with me on some points? You disagree? If you do, I'll be happy to read your comment in the comment section below. Until next time in this lockdown series. Yes, I'm going to be doing a video. I'm looking actually for people that are working from home almost full time, that maybe you can introduce the kind of work there, because there are some people now that they can't do anything. I will bring that video. And if there's any business too that maybe I think it's maybe low cost, that people can actually jump on and you can still do it from the comfort of your room, I'll look for such people to talk to them, to bring them into this community. So if you don't want to miss any of those series, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. So bye for now.